Hi, if you've got a Vax Mac Air or any other kind of Vax that has the multiple nozzles at the top to filter out the dirt, then you may suffer from a massive loss of suction after a few months of work. Here's a quick tutorial of what to look for and what to remove. All you require is a single Phillips screwdriver to complete the work. So one Phillips with a crosshead screwdriver. Alright, first things first, as normal, just remove the dirt containers from the Vac Hoover as you would normally, using the button at the top. And there are two sections that you normally empty. The first is this little tiny container at the front. That tends to collect large objects, and if it's like my wife, she hoovers up crazy large objects, they get blocked in the nozzle just like that. So first things first, take that off, clean out all the garbage, unscrew the orange center section and clean out any hairs that get tangled around the front. So we'll just quickly sort it out. There we go, that's nice and empty, and that can plug straight back in. Now it should only go in one way, so you want it with the hole facing the orange tab, which releases the main dust compartment. So you can now empty the main dust compartment as you would normally. Okay, with the main dust compartment emptied, you can move across to the actual Hoover itself. Now check down where the air comes into the dirt container. Sometimes you get dirt lying around in there, so just clear that out and scrape it away. There is a small sponge at the top in there. You can actually remove that and brush it away, blow it out, put the small sponge back. Sometimes you get a few bits of paper on the top. Now that's normally what you do, just emptying all the dust. The problem is the central section up here where all the small vortices and the centripetal, or whatever they call it, all the little vortices that suck all the air and the dirt up and retrieve all the dirt out into the small cylinder sections down here. They get blocked, and you'll be surprised at the amount of dirt that appears up there, mainly large lumps of paper. So you'll need the screwdriver for this. The first thing to do is to rotate, you can see the thing, twist the top to there, and that will unlock it and allow you to remove it. He says doing this one-handed. There we go. So just remove that, and the top will remove. This sponge in here can be washed. It's worth having two, one being washed and dried because it's quite thick, and the other one that actually go into the Hoover itself. You can see it's a little bit dirty, but you can scrape off and you'll get lots of hair collecting and dust on the top, so clean that one off. Now what we find is that you'll get small pieces of paper in each one of these small holes, and they'll block up. Now we've cleaned these ones out with a pipe cleaner, but underneath, what you don't see underneath the four screws is the small airways that also get blocked. So if you've got really bad suction problems with your Vax, all you have to do is undo these four screws, pull the orange plastic out, and underneath you can clean up all the air holes. So let's do that now. Alright, with the screws removed, four screws removed, they're just self-tappers, so just undo them a couple of turns. The plastic top can be pulled straight out, and we will find a lot of dust. This one's been cleaned out, but each one of those little tiny holes can and will get paper blockage in them. So clean the paper blocks out of there, and then you have a rubber. Remove the rubber, and again that can be wiped clean. You can see all the very fine dust in the rubber, and then you have all these very tiny air slots. Strips of paper will appear and block in those little slots, and each time a slot disappears, that is a significant drop in suction. So clean the paper out of those, clean the paper at the bottom of any holes if you can see it, and then you can put it all back together. So this will go in one way only, so you will be able to match it up with the holes just like so, and the orange plastic will go on the top. Now this will also go in one direction. You can see the key. That small knob will fit at the back of the clear plastic, so that should go in there. go, push it down, all done. Put the 4 screws back in and carry on from there. Right, with the 4 screws applied, you can put the big fat filter in, which is your new one that you've washed and dried, and then you can put the handle back on, which only goes in one way, he says. There we go. Squeeze it together, do it up. There we are, that's all back together. And back onto the there, all done. So if you get a Vax, which is brilliant, and it really does a very good job, but if you find you've lost your suction, don't take it back to the shop, just check out those areas, and if you remove the paper, the suction will come right back to where it was. Thank you.